guys, thank you so much for stopping by on my channel. So this episode of Sharing Serabi, I'm going to show you my tank setup. This is my terrarium. It is a 20-gallon terrarium. I got it from Petco, and let me give you a better view here. Here it is. This is my tank. Like I said, 20-gallon terrarium. It is from Petco, and it's called a critter cage, and I highly recommend these because I will show you why. They have a slot here where you can actually put a lock, so that is extra protection so your snake will not get out. And then they have locks here. These little tabs have a little thing on them that connects to the top, and I will show you. Whenever you slide it all the way back, it automatically locks. So you just lift them up one by one, and then you pull it out, and there goes the top. It is screen. This is a really great terrarium. I recommend it. And very easy to put back. You just slide it, and then you push, and it locks, and then it will not come out. It won't wiggle, it won't lift up, or I mean it will just a little bit, but definitely not enough for your snake to actually escape. And that's what it looks like. I also made a background, a forest background. I taped together about 3.5 pictures, full page pictures of this rainforest, and put them together so it looks like this. I just wanted to add something more to my terrarium. And this is the hide that I got from my ball python. It is this big, and it doesn't need to be much bigger than this because ball pythons generally like to stay in a compact space, and that's how they feel secure. So with the hide, you don't want it to be too big, but you also don't want them to be like suffocating in it because it's so small. But here's my water dish for my ball python, and I wanted this, like, here's my hand, and this thing is pretty big, and it's really heavy, so we cannot tip it over, and it has a pretty little rock design on it. And the reason I want it to be so big is because when he's shedding, he can just slither over here and then curl up in his little water bowl, and that way he can hydrate his skin so he will have a better shed. Also, if you're wondering what this is my little reptile carpet. It's called a repta carpet, and it is, I don't really know what kind of material it is, but I got it at Petco. I got all my supplies at Petco, actually. I had to get this just over this one area. The reason I need this reptile carpet is that I have a heat pad. So you can see that little black part under there? That is a heat pad. It goes under the tank, and it heats up the tank so he will have a warm place to hide. And on the bottom it gets really hot, and if the bedding parts and then the snake's belly touches the glass, it can actually give him a burn, and I really don't want that. So I got this reptile carpet just to get a safe bottom there so he won't burn himself. Also, I will show you the heat pad. I already placed it under my terrarium. This is the ZoomMed under tank heating pad, and it's really easy. You just stick it on the bottom of your tank, and I actually had to tape it a little bit right there where the cord comes out because the cord weight was weighing it down, and it actually started peeling off. But you just plug it in, and I have a little outlet there. What it does is it rises 20 degrees above room temperature. And at first I thought maybe there was a dial or something that I could use to make it heat up, but you don't. You just plug it in, and it takes about 6 hours minimal to heat up all the way, and my house is usually at least 70 degrees, so 20 degrees above 70 degrees is a great heat for my ball python. And for the bedding, I got aspen bedding. This is 26.4 dry quartz, and that's a pretty big bag, but I really recommend aspen bedding. It's really absorbent and just really nice for the snake. But one thing, you will need a separate feeding container. When you feed your snake, it is very important not to feed it in the tank where the aspen bedding is, because if you're feeding frozen thawed or live, if any part of the those little shavings get on the rat or the rodent, it could go into the snake's system and its tummy cannot digest that, so that would not be very good. So I really recommend feeding your snake in a separate container like this. Just place him in there, and then once you have your rat, I am feeding frozen thawed mice, so you just wiggle around and then he'll strike at it and constrict it, because he doesn't really know that it's dead already. But I got these feeding tongs, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please subscribe. The button's up there. It's free. I will be making a lot more episodes of Sharing Serabi when I actually get my snake. I'm so excited. It's about 10 more days until I get him, and I will show you a picture actually of him. That was him. Isn't he cute? I just adore him. I think he's going to be a very, very nice pet. And he is actually het for retazanthic, and retazanthic is a morph of ball python. Morph means that they just have a different color pattern and sometimes different genetics and stuff, but they make really awesome looking snakes. And I'm not going to breed him that I know of, because I don't really know too much about that. But he's just going to be my pet, and he actually looks a little bit different because he is het for retazanthic. He has more of a caramel color to him, opposed to the normal, just kind of dark brown coloring of the normal ball python. But I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and I will definitely be making more videos, because this is my channel now. This is my show. Once I get my snake, I'm just going to start filming videos and all sorts of educational stuff about snakes, and just teach you guys that they're not, you know, creatures to fear or to hate. They are just like every other creature in the world. And yeah, so if you like my channel, please subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. I will see you on the next episode of Sharing Serabi.